Inland Northwest is a powerhouse for athletes making their mark on the collegiate and professional level.
Tonight, we sit down with some of our area standouts.
I hope that I've been a pretty good leader to my teammates and to my community.
We're catching up with the WCC Player of the Year, Yvonne Egypt, a glance at her senior campaign.
And we're hearing from a former Spokane Chief making history in the NHL.
It's kind of just an unbelievable story that I honestly wouldn't change anything for.
Plus, a story of resilience. Miles Rice reflects on his battle with cancer as the Cougs prove to be one of the top teams in the country.
We expect to win every game, so the success that we're having right now is no shock to any of us.
Hello. Thank you for joining us for our Inland Northwest Sports Special. I'm Travis Green.
And I'm Andrew Quinn. The Inland Northwest is known for producing world-class athletes, along with being home to some of the most iconic colleges across the country.
Over the next half hour, we're sitting down with standout athletes on the collegiate and professional level. Well, it's no secret who the leader of this year's Zags team is, Andrew. Super senior Anton Watson is the longest tenured Bulldog and has been a little bit of everything in his career in Spokane.
I sat down with Anton to chat about his career and his rise into the player he is today. He's the king of Spokane. Commercials, billboards, and the unquestioned leader of the Gonzaga men's basketball team. However, the journey to stardom hasn't been an easy one for Anton Watson.
It starts with my freshman year, getting injured. I was starting first couple games there, and then I got injured, and it took me a while to get back to my normal form and back comfortable playing how I play.
Following shoulder surgery, which cut short his freshman season, Watson was forced into a bench role over the next 2 seasons, but he spent that time learning his craft.
You know, being behind Killian, he taught us a lot of things, and then when Chet came, it was kind of hard to take a step back and come off the bench, but I learned a lot of things from Chet. So just using that knowledge and building off that, building my work ethic, and using that motivation has really helped me get to this spot right now.
Last year, Watson broke out and became a viable front court starter alongside Drew Timme.
Man, it felt really good. I felt like, you know, a couple of years I was in a little slump and, you know, I wasn't playing basketball the way I felt like I should be playing it. So last year to play how I was playing, you know, just making plays, defense, that was a big thing for me, just rebounds. Kind of just being an injury guy, you know, it helped me evolve into the player I am today, being more aggressive on offense. I'm just thankful for all those years where you kind of have to go through the struggle and, you know, it shines in the end.
Coming into this season, Watson had to take over a large leadership role on a brand new team.
I would say this has probably been the most difficult year of like trying to be a leader for me. Just because there's a lot of new guys, you know, a lot of younger guys. It's just been pretty tough, but I feel like at this point in the season, you know, everyone's starting to pick up more, learn more, and yeah, we're finally starting to click a little bit.
Now Watson is a Julius Erving Award finalist and is second in school history in career steals.
I feel like when the team needs me most, that's when I need to step up. You know, I'm just keep continuing to work, keep staying humble, keeping my head down. You know, I don't really pay too much mind to awards, but you know, I just want to win games, and if I'm doing that, I feel like the awards are going to come.
As Watson finishes up his career in Spokane, he hopes to be remembered for staying the course.
I want them to think of me as a winner, you know, a competitor, and just a good teammate. Every single team I've been on here, I've had to do something different in my role, and you know, I feel like I've done my role pretty well, and I'm just appreciative, really, of everyone here. All the fans, you know, they always show love. It really allows me just to play basketball, the game I love, and, you know, just be myself on the court. So, you know, I'm thankful for everyone here.
You have it, the first team all WCC member right there. What a ride it's been for Anton. Travis, it's hard to imagine where the Bulldogs would be this season if it weren't for the addition of one Graham Ike.
Ain't that the truth? The Wyoming transfer has stepped in and led Gonzaga in scoring and rebounds. I sat down with Ike to chat about how much fun he's had in his first season in a Bulldog uni.
It's honestly a joy, and Coach is talking about playing with great zeal and joy, and that's what we have been doing as a collective. And it's just great to go out there playing in front of these fans. All the love they show us is wonderful, and just we have a great time every single night, every single day that we step on the court, every moment that we get with each other. It's always great.
EK was named an All-WCC first-teamer along with Anton Watson and Ryan Nemhard. For that full sit-down with Graham, just head over to KREM.com.
The Gonzaga women's basketball team is a force on the court. Yeah, 29-2. You could say that. A big reason for the team's success has been the Bulldogs star senior.
I sat down with Gonzaga forward Yvonne Ejim to talk about being a leader on this year's team.
Now as I understand the system a little bit more, I understand my game and my teammates' game a little bit more. I feel like I try my best to use my voice because I want to help them. I want to use my voice to help people and make them better and make the team better. So I want to be that player for my team that is always doing what they need and being consistent at that.
Ejim has become a superstar this season, a process which began in the off-season following back-to-back losses to end last year's campaign.
Throughout the off-season and the summer, focusing on how can we stay resilient, how can we be uncomfortable, how can we be consistent. I think those are the main things that we lacked at the end of the season that we've tried our best this year and that we're continuing to try to get better at.
The Zags opened this season 7-2 before a big matchup with Stanford really got this team going.
Being able to play in that game, that environment against those players, against that team, I think it really showed us what we're capable of, and being able to know that and being able to be like, we can replicate that, we can consistently become that type of team. I think that's really what set the stage for us to continue on how we have been and just continuing to keep ourselves at a high standard.
Ejim's success this season is no surprise to head coach Lisa Fortier.
I don't get to be on all the award watch lists, but if she's not on one, then someone made a mistake because she is playing really well. She can score it around the basket, she rebounds. But there's some clips I watch and I'm like, how did she go get that one and then go get that one and then go get that one all in the same possession? Just because she's relentless.
The Zags are now on track to host the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament.
Being able to have that, it would truly be something special and something so rewarding for us as well.
And as Ejim finishes out her human physiology degree and her senior season at Gonzaga, she hopes to leave behind a strong example to follow.
I hope that my experience and what I've done here can kind of be an inspiration for people to be like, I want to do that, or I want to be more than that. I hope that I've been a pretty good leader to my teammates and to my community, and kind of helped become a leader for the coaching staff as well.
And some fantastic news. Yvonne's time at Gonzaga is not over just yet, Andrew.
That's right. The WCC Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year and a Katrina McLean Award finalist announced she will return for a 5th season next year to lead the Bulldogs.
We expect to win every game, so the success that we're having right now is no shock to any of us.
Still ahead, WSU guard Miles Rice has turned heads as one of the most decorated freshmen in Pac-12 history. We look back at his journey back to the Cougs after his battle with cancer.
Plus, we're hearing from Rice's teammate, the King of North Macedonia, Andrei Yakimovsky, on his impressive senior campaign. That's coming up in just 5 minutes.
WSU's Miles Rice has had quite the journey from being recruited over Zoom to redshirting to beating cancer.
It has all led to a breakout basketball season, leading to an AP Top 25 ranking for the Cougs for the first time in 16 years.
They just show how much they really love me, how much they wanted me to be a part of their program. And I thought to myself, if they could take a chance on me, it wouldn't hurt for me to take a chance on them.
Rice came to WSU and had to battle for playing time before Coach Smith ultimately made the decision to redshirt him.
I was a little stubborn, and he knew that I was going to be a project that he had to work with.
We had a couple older guys that were good, and you could tell that Miles' talent was on par. He was just younger and didn't know if he was quite mature enough to lead a group of guys, older guys, and we'll never know because we didn't let him. Now I'm like, yeah, maybe we should have.
After a year on the bench, Rice was ready for his opportunity, but disaster struck, and Rice lost another year battling Hodgkin's lymphoma. The road back after cancer was not an easy one.
It was definitely a little challenging at times. Mentally, you would say, am I really cut out for it here and there? But just pushing through that wall, because that's when that doubt tries to creep in, but you got to knock that out. You just got to keep working.
Throughout his journey, Rice has stayed positive, loud, and confident, attributes he credits to his mother.
She used to make me like run for class president and, you know, speak in front of the school. So I'm not nervous when it comes to, you know, big crowds or anything. Just being me. I've always been that type of kid that's going to be outspoken and, you know, just very, you know, energetic.
Rice began this season playing a solid two-guard role until point guard Joseph Yusufu went down with an injury. Coach Smith knew he already had the right replacement.
He wanted to kind of like get me more assimilated into the offense and, you know, have me make a little bit more decisions. And he didn't want to just throw me into the fire and, you know, just put everything on my plate at once. So he kind of like gradually did it, and then we've been able to just, you know, take off since he's put me at the point guard. And I'm grateful for it, and I love it. And I've been loving the way that we've been playing.
He's been even better than expected. So that's, and him being your quarterback and be able to do that in his first year is really kind of, I think, raised the level of what we can be.
Rice has become WSU's leading scorer and continues to wow his teammates on the court.
God keeps blessing the kid. He's extremely talented. He's probably the fastest person I've played with, like with the ball in his hand. Like transition, he just gets to go. Took a visit here and I played against him. I was like, yo, like this kid's pretty good. And then we found out he had cancer, but he battled it and beat it. So everybody's rooting for him, and he keeps us all going.
That kid sure is pretty good. Washington State men's basketball will be dancing for the first time since 2008, Andrew, and the Cougs will do so with a senior that's chosen to stay in Pullman all 4 years.
A rarity in today's landscape of college basketball, but what's even more uncommon is the journey he took to Pullman.
Serbian, Croatian, and Bosnian, they're kind of similar, but if I speak Macedonian, the people there won't understand me. So those three languages, and then Macedonian, obviously, and then Italian, and then English. So that's like six languages.
Andre Yakimovsky can hold a conversation across the globe, something he's had to learn to pursue his passion of basketball. The North Macedonian moved away from his hometown to play in the capital at the start of his teenage years. 2 years later, he moved to Italy.
I mean, I left my country when I was 15 years old. I didn't speak the language. I didn't know anything about Italy. I just left home, hoping for a better future, and that's how everything started.
A venture to chase a dream that would blossom. Yakimovsky caught the attention of multiple college programs.
And I had a lot of offers. I think maybe like 15, 20 offers. But Washington State were the first one reaching out.
The first to offer meant a lot to Yakimovsky, along with the word of one of the all-time greats.
When I came on an official visit, it was Klay Thompson's jersey retirement. He said to me, like, "Oh, those 3 years that I had at Washington State are the best years of my life." And I was like, "Oh, like this guy is an NBA champion." Then he's saying the best years that he had was at WSU.
And the rest is history. Yakimovsky is the longest tenured Coug on this year's historic team. While teammates have left for seeming greener pastures, Yaki has stayed and consistently improved. This season, he's averaging career highs across the board.
It means a lot to this program, to this coaching staff, and especially to me, you know, being a fourth-year guy, and to see those kind of results, you know, it means that we're doing a good job, and I'm happy that I stick with this program for 4 years.
With the Cougs as a lock to make the NCAA tournament, he'll get to live out a dream he had when it all started.
The whole world is watching, even back home in Macedonia, like they're watching March Madness.
And will do so representing his two homes, Macedonia and Pullman.
It means a lot for the country and for my people who are following me all these years, and it's definitely a dream come true to me. You know, as a senior to be able to lead the team to March Madness, it will be perfect.
Ahead, we sit down with Spokane native and former Spokane Chief Kyler Yamamoto to chat about his return to Washington and his first year in Seattle as a member of the Kraken.
Plus, Julian Strother is having a solid rookie season with the Denver Nuggets. I talk with the former Zag up next.
Welcome back. The NBA is filled with former Gonzaga basketball players.
Yeah, I got a chance to catch up with rookie guard Julian Strother on his first season with the Denver Nuggets. Check it out. Like every student that finishes their time in college, Julian Strother is off to start his career.
All of a sudden you have a new job. It's your first job.
Except his job description is a bit different than most.
Turner got it again!
It's crazy when Nikola Jokic is looking for you on the skip pass, or he's coming to you to play two-man game.
Strother was taken by the Denver Nuggets with the 29th pick in the 2023 draft, a pick the Nuggets traded up for to take the former Bulldog, showing confidence in him from the start.
How much belief everybody in the staff has in me and in the front office. I mean, they've been giving me the green light to be great, and then they're pushing me in that direction. Even everybody, all the vets in the locker room. I mean, I've enjoyed every last bit of my process as a rookie so far.
He's had a solid start to his rookie campaign. Strother has scored double figures 9 times, including 2 games over 20 points, all while coming off the bench. He couldn't imagine a better team to start his career with.
It's a perfect fit. Just in terms of, I feel like the way everyone meshes well together and there's no locker room egos, it reminds me of, my time at Gonzaga.
Another reminder of his time at Gonzaga is seeing multiple teammates playing on opposing teams, which Strother says is his favorite part of being a pro.
It's probably just seeing everybody else that's made it up here and just seeing everybody living out their dreams. I feel like it's the coolest thing ever, to just play against Jalen Suggs and Chad and, just sharing the floor with them as we're all just living out our dreams. I feel like it's the coolest thing ever.
While he is miles away, Strother is keeping tabs on Gonzaga's season and still talks with his former teammates. Despite the Zags falling out of the AP rankings for the first time in 8 years, he still has faith in his Bulldogs.
It's about how you finish the year. It's not how you start, man. It's how you playing in March. So I'm still all behind my guys, regardless of what everybody's saying. I think we got a good shot.
Heading to the ice now, former Spokane Chief Kyler Yamamoto is enjoying his first season as a member of the Seattle Kraken. I sat down with the first ever Washington-born Kraken player to talk his hockey journey, his whirlwind offseason, and the rise of hockey in his home state.
Yamamoto with the puck, holds it, looks, fires, scores!
My stint with the Chiefs was awesome. I never really thought I was going to go to the Chiefs. Growing up, coaches, parents, billet parents, they were all pushing towards college. So I ended up signing there, and then, it's probably the best decision I've ever made. It's kind of just an unbelievable story that I honestly wouldn't change anything for.
Following a tremendous stint at home in Spokane, Yamamoto was drafted by the Edmonton Oilers, where he spent his first 7 seasons as a pro. This offseason, the Oilers traded Yamamoto to the Detroit Red Wings.
I mean, usually when you get traded, the GM will call you and wish you congratulations. So it was kind of weird because he never called me from Detroit and everything. So I was kind of that's a little weird. But it was funny because I had 5 or so, 6, 7 guys on their team who texted me and was just hey, fired up for the year. Can't wait to meet you and play with you in the summers. And then to find that out a day later, it was pretty funny. Just be hey, thanks guys, but I'm pretty sure I'm getting bought out there. But I think it worked out for the best.
Thus, Yamamoto became a free agent for the first time, and his home state team came calling. But after signing with the Kraken, Yamamoto entered unfamiliar territory.
Besides Adam Larson, I don't think I knew anybody on the team. So, it's definitely a bit different walking in the locker room, for the first time. Walking in, all the guys were very open, very nice and everything like that. So, I think it definitely worked out for the best.
A perk of playing so close to home is Yamamoto relishes playing in front of family, friends, and the rowdy Kraken faithful.
When I signed, I'm pretty sure my parents were even more excited than I was. They were so fired up. And some games where my parents will text me and ask for tickets, it's there'll be 15, 16 people in the stands, and I'm oh boy. All right. To be able to just play in front of the fans here, they're amazing. Honestly, I want to say they're better than Edmonton's fans.
The Hatton House, we just call it the chill zone. It's awesome.
You heard it there. Still ahead, we take you back down to the Palouse to check out a legendary house amongst the Idaho Vandals. A key storyline comes out of every combine, and this year it was all about freakish speed from the linemen.
That's right. WSU's Brennan Jackson was one of those players breaking the internet. Take a look at this. The 6'4", 264-pound edge clocked an official time of 4.69, Travis.
Insane. That was one of the fastest times for a D lineman that day. Here's what he had to say about his time with the Cougs.
I'm a Coug for life. I mean, 6 years over there, it was incredible. I mean, all the stuff that happened, obviously it wasn't a smooth sailing for all the years that we were there, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I think it made me who I am today, and that community is so special, and I just can't wait to put on for them.
Meanwhile, 2 other Cougs were invited out to this year's Combine. Redshirt sophomore safety Jaden Hicks declared for the draft. He tallied an impressive 155 tackles over the past 2 seasons, including 8 tackles for loss.
And he lays bone-crushing hits
oh
like
my
that
gosh.
right there. And junior corner Shaw Smith-Wade also declared for the draft. The All-Pac-12 honorable mention finished his career with 103 tackles, along with 3 forced fumbles and interceptions.
Yeah, look at that play in the Senior Bowl. Wow. Vandals wide receiver Hayden Hatton also declared for the draft following a record-breaking career in Moscow.
And while many of you may know Hayden for his dominance on the field, he's also known amongst the team for his unique living situation.
That's right. Hayden and his twin brother Hogan, who's the long snapper for the Vandals, lived together their senior year and gave us a chance to hear about the humble Hatton abode.
So when their cousin Jack walked on at U of I for basketball, it only made sense for him to move in with his twins.
When I came here and we started living together, I mean, now they're my best friends in the whole world, and our parents are 10 times closer because they come and visit all the time. It changed our family forever.
Andrew, how cool is that? Brought together, they were living across the country, and now this family just even more close. We just love the Hattons.
Unbelievable. Yeah, we're definitely going to miss those Hatton boys. Good luck to them.
Definitely. Good luck to all our local players. That's it for our Inland Northwest special.
For more on any of these stories, just head to our website, krem.com. We'll see you guys later.